Hi, my name is Elson, and I am presenting my project for EM2. So, for this, the average sleeping time of teenagers is 7.25 hours. The source is teens and sleep, how much do they really need, and why it's so important. Over here is the picture of the source. So, my null hypothesis is that the mean sleeping time is 7.25 hours. The alternative hypothesis is that the mean sleeping time is not 7.25 hours. So my reason for the alternative is that there are 10 more people who sleep more than 7.25 hours, while there are 30 people who sleep less than 7.25 hours. Therefore, this would be a two-tailed test. The data is over here, shown in this row A. So my sample size is 40, which is a count of how many data inputs that are here in the list. Then my sample mean is the average of the data in this list. The sample standard deviation is basically the standard deviation of everything in this list over here. Then my population mean is the recorded data from the source that I've taken out from. Then afterwards, the population standard deviation is unknown as there's no data given from the source over here. Then the significance level is 0.05 because I can put 5% in the recorded list over here. Then the test statistics is basically H8 minus H11 divided by H9 divided by the square root of H7. The data is all over here. So my reason for choosing the t-test is that due to an unknown population standard deviation, the t-test is necessary to be used. With a sample size of 40, the sample size is sufficient enough to use for standard deviation. This will make the t-test a viable choice for checking whether the average sleeping hours is different from 7.25. So now I'll go over here. So my p-value over here is 0.00055524. How I got it is using the distribution, the t-distribution over here. As my p is lesser than my 0.05, there's enough evidence to prove the claim that the average sleeping hours of teenagers is 7.25. So my margin of error, how I get it, is using the confidence t with H13, H9, and H7. Just over here, the data here. So I'll get 0.456. So for my 95% confidence level, I have my H8 minus L10, which is basically my sample mean minus my p-value. While over here, I have H8 plus 10, which is actually my sample mean plus my margin of error. So this would mean that this means that we are confident, 95% confident that the hour of sleep is within 5.94 to 6.85 hours, which further goes against the claim of the average sleeping hours of teenagers being 7.25. Thank you for listening through this